Okay, so what we have here is a partially done door. It's definitely not looking perfect in there, and so we're going to try to make it as good as we can. I'm going to go ahead and maximize this window, and we'll learn a couple more things about the UV editor real quick. So like I was saying, you can also move points individually in the UV editor here. And there's some different tools here. So like up here we have our vertex selection, our edge selection, and our face selection. So I can select different components here. Again, I only have one face on this whole, this is just one polygon right here. There's a bunch of edges and there's a bunch of vertices. So I'm going to actually select some of these vertices here. And I can use this drag tool or tweak marquee. I'm going to show you this tweak tool. It's really cool. All I have to do is click and drag real quick. I don't have to hit the move tool. And so I'm just going to try to line this up perfectly with the door. And I think we'll get a much better result here as I mess with this. What we may find here is that we actually need to add more geometry to make it perfect. But I just want to show you guys quickly how to make things the best you can with what you have. Again, I'm going to keep stressing, don't add more geometry unless you need to. And to get it perfect, I would have to add extra points here. But this is still going to look a lot better than what I had before. Okay, as you can see, we do have some warping in here, and that's a problem. So how can we solve this? Because that's just not acceptable right here. Again, this door right here looks great, but this up here is not working. And do you guys remember when I told you, let me go to vertex mode here so you can see. Do you remember when I told you that you can have polygons, but they need to be quads, they need to be four-sided? That's the exact problem we're running into here, where we have this polygon, but it has all these extra vertices here, so it is anything but four-sided. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sides. That's not a good thing. So we have to subdivide this somehow. So we're going to use that same technique we used before. I'm going to go to edge mode here, select this edge. I'm going to go to edit mesh, add divisions, and make sure that I add 8 extra divisions here. Add them. Then I'll go into vertex mode so we can see what we're doing here. And I'll have to connect these vertices to these using the mesh tools and multi-cut tool. So that same workflow, it's good that we're going through it several times because you're going to use it a lot. So I left click to connect, then I right click, and then left click to connect, right click off, left click to connect. Keep doing that. And we're still going to have to probably go back and reapply that planar projection, but that's okay. We're learning, and that's important because what you don't want to do is feel like you don't have the confidence to fix something when it goes wrong. Inevitably, it will. It always does. So now we have to reapply that, but this time we have to select all of these faces. So let's get out of this tool, hit Q, and make sure you go to face mode. And then I will select all of these faces here. All I did was double click at the end there while holding Shift. So now we have all of these faces selected. And I'll again go UV planar, and let's go into UV editor here and let's just fix it up. I will scale it, hold the R key, and let's, okay, so what's happening here is I was on the tweak marquee tool, so it wasn't letting me scale the whole thing when I hit R. If I went to this tool here though and I hit R, it would let me scale the whole thing. Okay, so now we're just going to go back to our pick marquee, hit the scale tool, and we'll just scale this, then move tool. Maybe scale it down a little bit more. I'll make this larger so we can see what we're doing here a little better. We're just trying to fit this overall shape into here perfectly. That's the main goal here. We just want to get it as close as we can. I think that should do it. Let's see what we've got here though. That looks pretty good. Not perfect, but I'm going to call it for right now so that we can go ahead and take care of some of these spots that really catch our eye that are just horrible. So we'll go ahead and do that in the next lesson.